I'm back. So I got cut off before because I had a customer come over and she was chatting about, well, she was picking up all her lipstick and then she was chatting about signing up with me. So I got cut off in the middle and now I am just back on to fix everything up, and I know you're staring at these two white dots. I had started to put my foundation on and I didn't get to cover up my little spots yet, so I had two little breakout things that I'm just going to pat some of our white concealer onto. So we actually have three concealers. We have a white, a green, and a natural. So the green one is actually the one that's better for blemishes because green cancels out red on the color wheel, but the white one works too, and that's the one I have right now. So I'm just going to pat that on. I think you probably saw it in my other video, it's like big red spots. So I'll just pat a little bit of this on, and I already put on tinted moisturizer, and I just put foundation like right here. So usually I'll either just do tinted moisturizer or foundation, but because I had these spots, I'm kind of covering them up. And I'm just going to put a little bit more foundation on to cover up the white that I just put on. Now, I wouldn't normally do all of this because I'm very low maintenance and I will just, like I said, use tinted moisturizer. But I'm just kind of showing you how amazing our products are. So if you saw my other video, I had a big old red spot right there. And this is filling that in. Let me just look at my mirror quick. I'm going to put a touch more of that foundation with my finger just because I'm going to cover that up more. There we go. Okay. So to get onto, like I was starting to say, my second favorite product that we have. Daughter's waking up from a nap. Here, I'll give you a peek. She's rolling around. Oh, go back to sleep. Okay, so our shadows are incredible. So all of our eyeshadows they're called Shadow Scents. They're a cream to powder formula. So instead of it being a powder that you put on with a brush, it's a cream that turns into a powder and sets and stays all day. It's water resistant. It doesn't smudge, doesn't crease, doesn't budge. You can rub it, it stays. But you can put it on with a brush or you can put it on with your finger, which I love. And one of the colors that we have is called Candlelight, and it's kind of a peachy skin tone color. And peach, again, if you're thinking about the color wheel, is like in the orange family, and it will cover, it'll counteract the blue, which means under eye bags. Look at these guys, awful. I use Candlelight on those, so I'm going to put a few little dots on of this, right in that blue area, and then I will blend it in a second, and you'll see why I'm obsessed with this. So you can either, in fact, I'll do a brush on this side and I'll do my finger on this side, I'll do a brush on the other, but you can do either way. I like a brush because it, keeps my fingers clean and it's easy, but finger works well too. But it brightened. Do you see my eye just lifted? Like this one looks like it's hanging down because of this bag, and this one's like, boop. It's incredible. This stuff stays all day. I have tried every under eye concealer under the sun, and a lot of them, some of them work, but a lot of them require you to have a full face of makeup on for them to look right. Like if you want to use any of those fancy ones that like the makeup artists use, you really need a full face of makeup because otherwise you'll have these light under eyes that look crazy. Which is why I would usually just leave the house looking like a tired mom hag because I didn't want to put a whole face of makeup on. This stuff I can wear with nothing else on if I want to because it's so natural, it's light, but it really, so you see that? My eyes are lifted now. Then the other thing is my eyes have these veins, which you can probably see if the quality of the video is okay, that I also put a little bit of this up here, and I use a brush for this part too. It's just easy, and I just use this. These are cheap Real Techniques brushes. This came in a set, and I got it off Amazon, but I love them. And they're purple, which is my favorite color. But if you can see, that like covered up all the veins. Also, guys, I'm not any kind of makeup artist. I have no authority or no knowledge really of makeup. I just know what works for me and what works for all my girls and what I love and how easy this stuff is. But I'm just showing you like how easy it is to put it on and how great the coverage is of everything. And I can not show you, but I can tell you that everything is very lightweight and it doesn't feel like you're wearing pounds of makeup on, and it really does stay on all day. Plus, I don't remember if I mentioned this in my other video, but all of our cosmetics, like everything, is skincare. So this is, our eyeshadow is anti-aging. It minimizes your wrinkles. It moisturizes that dry, delicate skin of your eyelids. It's got our Seneplex complex, which is in all of our skincare and cosmetics. It's a patented formula that's extremely anti-aging, and we do, again, I get long-winded, but we do independent laboratories do clinical studies to see how people have responded to the anti-aging benefits of all of our products, and it's wild. Like, Jasmine can fill you in, but in our beauty book, it shows the results that people have had with all this stuff. So all of our cosmetics are skincare. So when you're putting on your foundation, it's not a bunch of crap you're putting on your face. It's not oil, it has no oil, it's not gonna clog your pores, and it's actually making your skin younger. It's crazy. Okay, so that's the Candlelight. I'm obsessed with that one. That's, like I said, one of my absolute favorite products that we have, that and the tinted moisturizer, which I can't remember if I mentioned in my other video. It comes in 2 colors, light and medium, and it adjusts up and down a couple shades to your skin tone because it's pretty sheer. So it doesn't really matter which one you pick. If you're a little bit on the darker side, go medium. If you're very, very pale, go light. But this stuff's awesome. So it also has our Seneplex complex. It has green tea extract, algae extract, a bunch of different vitamins. It's calming to your skin. It helps with redness and inflammation. And again, I'll go on and on, so I'll stop there. So now I just have foundation on and I have Candlelight, and I'm going to do blush. So we do have LipSense, which is another cream to powder formula, and I do love this one. The color that I have is terracotta, and it's a little bit more on the corally side. And because I'm going to do kind of fall colors today, I want to go with something that's got a little more brown to it. So I'm actually going to use, again, one of our shadows, our eyeshadow, in the color Mulberry. And I use this as my blush, and I love it. So all of our products, not only are they long-lasting, not only are they skincare, but they are multi-purpose. So while I just use one of our eyeshadows as a concealer and as a primer for my lid and a base, I'm also going to use it as blush. So I put a little spot, and it just looks like a tiny bit, goes a long way. It just looks like a brownish spot there. Then I'm going to stipple it out a little bit and then blend it in. And it just goes on like effortlessly. Do you see how pretty that is? Like the simplest thing, so quick. So if I'm going on vacation, I just bring this. I use it for my eyeshadow, I use it for my blush. I don't need to bring multiple different things. I don't have a blush in a thing that I'm worried about breaking and having to bring, protect it in my bag. These things are very easy to travel with. You throw in your Candlelight and your Mulberry and you're good. So that's blush on one side. I'll add a little to the other side. The blushes, the actual blushes that I was telling you about, they're amazing as well. And you only use a teeny, teeny, tiny dot of that. And I think we have like 5 different colors. So there's like a chocolate cherry, a cherry, a pouty pink, the terracotta, and a bronze, which I didn't open yet. I'm meaning to try that, but the bronze you can use as your bronzer. So you'd be putting it in, your bronzer areas here. But I just like to go simple. I don't do all the contouring and stuff. So I have my blush. I'll do a little bit of eyeshadow for you, and I'm going to wrap this video up soon because I know you guys are going to want to hold your attention for this long video and you don't even know me. But I just wanted to be able to help Jasmine show you a couple of the products, and she doesn't have them yet to show you. So I'll do some Mulberry for my eyeshadow. So I don't even take it out and use it like that because like I said, little goes a long way. You do not need a lot. So I just brush it on here on a big fluffy brush, and then I'm going to use my mirror, so excuse me 1 second. And I start in my crease and I kind of swirl it in and then do like the windshield wiper in my crease. So you can already see, I think you can see how pretty that color is. It's like a mauve-y kind of brown, more mauve than brown, but it's a really great transition color. But I often just do that. Since I already did the base on my lids with the Candlelight, I'm just using this as a transition, and I don't even need to do like colors all over my lid. I just use that to give a little depth. And then I'm going to grab some more. And I only do one eye at a time, meaning that I don't like put the product on and then put it on both sides and start blending one side, because the other side will set, like I said, cream to powder. So once it sets in place, it's not moving. So you can still blend it a little bit, but you can't really pick up and move the color somewhere else. So you want to work with it on one side at a time. And that's it for mulberry. Super easy. I won't go into other colors right now because, like I said, I'm going to keep this quick, but we have the Mocha Java is another really nice, that's a brown or more brown color than the mulberry is. And I'll do this like to add a little more dimension to the outer corner, or I'll use Garnet, which is a darker brown, and I'll use that again in the outer corner and blend it out really well for like a smoky look without being too dark. And then we also have black, which is called Onyx. And you can do a really smoky eye with this, or people use it as their liner. So you could, if you like thick liner, just go right in with the wand, wipe it off, and use like the kind of pointed edge, you see the tip there, and draw it right on. Or you can, I'm not going to do it because I don't wear eyeliner often, but you can take either like a little pointed brush like this, or a little, where is it, a little flat brush like this, and dip it in and draw your line on like that. But this stuff will stay all day, and you'll have a perfect like pitch black liner that won't budge at all. It won't end up here if you open your eyes. It's amazing. So that's that. And then let's see, I'll do mascara. I don't wear tons of mascara during the day. If you want to put on several coats, you'll get crazy long lashes, but I just do one coat. And I'm just going to use our black lash sense, which is waterproof. Waterproof mascara, and the thing about it that's different than other waterproof mascaras, first of all, it comes off really easy with our makeup remover. So this is the Foops makeup remover, and it's one of those where you shake it up and then you use it like that, shaken up. But this doesn't burn your eyes at all, which I love, because all the other makeup removers used to sting. This one takes it right off. You put it on, you actually let it sit for like 10 to 20 seconds, and it breaks down the makeup. It's formulated to work with our makeup. Sorry, my throat is itchy. But it'll break it right down, and then your mascara just comes right off, even though it's waterproof, instead of sitting there rubbing and getting it all gunky like other waterproof mascaras. But the real big deal about it is it doesn't flake. Like every other mascara I use would leave these tiny little flakes of black under my eye, and then you can't get them off because they like stick and they take off all your other makeup with it. This doesn't flake at all. So we have it in black and dark brown, and the dark brown's really dark. It's just like a little bit less than black. It's still very dark. And then we also have this stuff called Undersense, and that's one of those lash builders that you'd put on to thicken, like lengthen the lashes before you put on your mascara. And we also have ones that are like this. They're like combined. Like one end is the Lash Sense and one is the Undersense. So if you have any interest in those, ask Jasmine and she can tell you which ones you could order of those. I think they're $20 maybe for the double-ended one, and $25 maybe, I don't remember, for the Lash Sense by itself, because it's a little bit more when you have a full tube of it. So I'm just going to go in with the Lash Sense. And I always have trouble doing this on video. I'll do it in my mirror here. And I was kind of bad. I didn't take off my mascara from yesterday. So it's always a little harder to put mascara on when you have, poking myself in the eye, when you have some on, because you can't coat it directly on the lashes, but it's okay, you'll get the idea. A little bit more. And I'm not curling my lashes before either, so you won't get that full effect. Oh, there's a hair of mine stuck in my lashes. I'm the most meticulous eyelash or mascara putter-oner, which is why I hate putting on mascara, because I'll sit here and try to separate like all my lashes and it drives me nuts. With any mascara, I just like have to have them separated. So it takes me a little longer than most people. Just throwing some on the bottom, and then I will move on to our powders. Does anyone else have trouble like not poking themselves in the eye, or I always like open my eyelashes too big or look up or down and then I touch it to my skin before it dries. I hate that. I'm sitting in front of my window, so people are walking by and they're like looking at me weird. Alright, so there's a little mascara, and you can see how much that mulberry just makes my eyes pop, which I love. What else do I want to do for you? Oh, this stuff is amazing. I sort of started to mention it in my other video that I usually mix this into my foundation to do that nice dewy appearance, but this is the Pearlizer, and I hope you can see how pretty that is. It's actually one of our foundations, but it's not meant to be used as a foundation all over. It's just of that kind of formula. A little bit more sheer, though, than the other ones. Something on my finger. So you do just a little bit of that, and I use it as my highlighter. So I dab it between my fingers. And I do this even if I did mix it into my foundation. But I dab it on, and I put it down the bridge of my nose and on the tip. Pat it in. Do a little highlight there. So hard to do makeup in a phone. And then I put it on my cheekbones. You can use a brush for this too if you prefer that. I like to just dab it on with my finger. I don't know if it picks up in the video, but it's super glowy and pretty. But natural. Like, I don't like when I get my makeup done and they do like major highlighter and it's so shimmery and just looks like you need a whole huge face of makeup in order to make it look right. This is like very natural glow. Can you see that? I hope you can, because it's so pretty. Then I take whatever's left over and kind of pop a little here and my Cupid's bow to make that pop. And you can put some here. You can also use our Pearlizer if you put a little on a brush, and you can pat it on your lid as like a shadow. It's awesome. And again, tangent here, but you can mix this with LipSense and make blush. You can mix it with your actual blush to make Pearlized blush. You can mix it with your foundation like I was saying. It's awesome. And then I'm going to really quick just set my face. I didn't even have this until recently, so you don't have to do this because our makeup is cream to powder formula. It will stay. It's not going to look super oily, but I do have a more oily T-zone, so I kind of like to put a little bit of powder on and just set it. So these are really cool because it's a translucent powder, but it comes in this cool brush contraption. So it closes up like that. You put the top on like this, and you can lock it so that the top won't come off, and you can throw it in your purse. Then when you are ready to use it, you saw how I hit it on my hand, and that, well, I just did a lot that time, so I hit it a little hard. I got excited. But see how it came through the brush? And now I'll have more than I need. So I already started putting it on, but then I just tap it into my T-zone and under my eye so I don't get any kind of creases. But because I use that candlelight under there, I don't get creases anyway. I just wanted to show you a whole highlight of products. I don't do all of these every day because, like I said, more low maintenance, but I wanted you to be able to see how it goes. Put the top on that, and let's see, is there anything else I want to show you? Obviously LipSense, but I'm not going to do that in my video now because, I don't know, because I'm just not, I don't feel like going to get a little fan or anything. So I'll just put some of my Opal gloss on again that you saw me wearing last night because I love it. And maybe when I try, I think I'm going to try a new color in my own store later. And if I do, I'll post a picture in here of whichever one I try. But the Opal is awesome. This one's pretty on its own or over colors. And, oh, one more thing I'll do. Again, I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll brush my eyebrows up so that they look not so crazy. And then if I was doing more makeup, I would fill them in, and I can either fill them in with our Mocha Java shadow, yet another use for our shadow sense. In fact, I will just touch up. There's like 2 little bald spots I have in my eyebrows. I don't know if you can see them, but like right there. And sometimes I do it with a little angled brush, and sometimes I'm lazy like this, and I just pop it right in. And I have a little bald spot right there. But our shadow is awesome for filling in your brows. again, because it stays all day. But we also have something called Brow Sense. I'm just going to brush this so that it all lines up with the hairs. We have Brow Sense, which is this, and it comes with a little spoolie on one side, and then it has the liquid on the other side, which is basically the same formula as the LipSense, but in eyebrow colors. It comes in a light, a taupe, which is this brown that I would use for my hair color, a dark, and an auburn for red hair. And it's got the teeny tiny little brush, and you can brush actual strokes, like hair strokes, and it will stay on for a couple days if you wash around your eyebrows. So that stuff's awesome too. But when you're going quick, oops, that's my monitor, sorry. When you're going quick, I just do a little of the shadow. And if you wanted that really defined brow look, you would use a brow brush to put the shadow on. And that might be it. Let me just look around. I'm looking at all my stuff because I'm really bad at pre-planning anything. I guess I'll show you one more product. I won't put it on right now. But we have, again, I showed you in the other video, all of our skincare. One of the skincare items is this eye illuminator. So we have an eye cream, which you know how you need to hydrate this area under the eyes because that's the first place to get wrinkles because that skin doesn't produce its own oil. So we have an eye cream, but we also have this one called the eye illuminator, and I'm not sure if you can see in the lighting, but it's eye cream that has pearlizer in it, and so it acts as a highlighter. So when you put it under your eyes, it's like, we call it like our mommy wake me up. And if you put, even if you had nothing else on and you just put that under your eyes, it gives you like this glow while also treating the skin. So I could pop this on right over my makeup and it would absorb through and give me a nice glow. Some people will put it on midway through the day when they start to look tired. So that's awesome. But I actually, even though it's a highlighter, because I don't own the eye cream as well, I just own this one, I wear it at night a lot as my eye cream. And that's about it. So if anyone has questions, you can feel free to leave them in the comments. Everything is, I think almost everything is in stock. So when Jasmine places her order from the party orders, you can throw anything that you were interested in there. Ask her questions, ask me questions, and we are happy to help you. I hope you guys are having so much fun with this party. And Jasmine, I know, is going to kick butt with this, and she's already having so much fun with it. So I hope you have fun with her too. I'm going to sign off now before I start talking like crazy. Let me just see with my hair down. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I always like to look at my makeup when I'm done with my hair back down so I can see the whole look, except my hair's a little greasy. But I feel like I have to do this because Jasmine was like, mermaid hair. So, there, not bad for like a pretty light look. And I don't know who just hopped on, but I'm actually signing off, so feel free to go watch the replay. Bye guys.